The revered Swami Sarvastananda, our President and Minister in charge of our UK Bonant. Can I be heard? Can I be heard? Please tell me. Because sometimes out of tremendous devotion, one can get very soft. So, and I also welcome our Swami all the way from Durban, Swami
Swatma Ramananda.
Thank you. Coming from your wonderful voice that makes greater affiliation. So he has come from Durban, and a very hearty welcome to our Swamis, to all our friends, seekers and devotees. Thank you for traveling and coming from short and long distances. My husband, Chris Banfield, and I have long awaited to host this time together with you here. Swami Sarvastananda has created a hive and hub of spiritual retreats at the Vedanta Center in Bourne End and across the north of England and Scotland. With his tremendous capacity of channeling digital and live gatherings, he has made it possible for all of us here to enjoy the spiritual treasures of the Ramakrishna and Vedanta movement with the centers where he gives retreats internationally. So in turn, we are very fortunate that he and the hosts of other international retreats come to our center, and we avail of the spiritual Malaya breeze of inner transformation and hear of the work that's done in those countries and contexts. For one's own salvation and for the welfare of the world, this is truly, as Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother inspired Swami Vivekananda, we witness the evidence from our Swamis and the talks and the retreats they give us. As our Swami from Durban comes to us from another continent, it is with a great sense of privilege and delight to offer a brief introduction. He has been serving as president of the Ramakrishna Center of South Africa since August 2022. The very special significance for me is that in 1988, when he joined the order and received the mantra Diksha from Swami Tapasyananda Ji Maharaj. This has special significance to many of us here because we are also studying the Bhagavad Gita text done by Swami Tapasyananda Ji Maharaj through our classes, through Swami Atmapriyananda, and to have that kind of thread and legacy coming through from the speaker. And I used to be at Chennai Mutt, those days it was called Madras Mutt, in the last few days when Swami Tapasyananda Ji Maharaj was also working on the Srimad Bhagavatam. So it's a wonderful sense of a spiritual current coming through our Swami here, who's going to talk to us. The other great significance, and it's so profound and so simple and so clear and with such a light touch, is that our Swami here was ordained by Swami Bhutashananda Ji Maharaj, who was the 12th president of the Ramakrishna order. He gave me Diksha, and now I feel as though a quiet prayer has been answered in having Swami here to talk to us. The order in South Africa has many cluster orders as well. And our Swami has done, it supervises, monitors, envisions extensive relief activities, craft and microeconomic support, medical aid, cultural activities, as well as the publications Jyoti for adults and Tejasvi for children in his time at South Africa. He has also been in a very long tenure at Bangalore Ashram, and there's a possible connection of the sweetness of the Kannada language, but Maharaj has a wonderfully melodious voice, and we are going to hear some soul-felt music. So friends, as we know, we are living in a multiple contexts of crises. Its manifestation comes out in wars, cost of living crisis, mental health, and the haze of a bleak future. We tend to utter all these things as a little mantra. But the simple and profound beauty of Sri Ramakrishna was in building that bridge of harmony across factions and faiths. Holy Mother gave her instruction through her daily chores and keeping the mind under control and the soul connection intact by not considering anyone as a stranger. She built trust with discrimination. Swamiji paved the way for all of us by foreseeing the future predicament of civilization in his present. And he opened the channel with self-construction through the yogas, distilling the nectar of the Upanishads and the Ramakrishna order, and these direct dialogues with Swamis who give to us so generously. I specifically mentioned this because one of the beauties of this geographical context and this church is that just across the river, Swami Vivekananda gave his lectures on the yogas, just on Shini's book. And our Swami Sarvastananda knows I'm a Victor part of the Swami Vivekananda walking on the Albert Bridge fan club. So one day when you're left fit and it's 3 years, we can all do that pilgrimage together. So Swami is going to speak to us about finding peace within and sharing it throughout. I close with another piece of the context, which is currently the Chelsea Flower Show is on. Sometimes people only think of the location Chelsea, but it all began with a flower. And the flower's power, it lasts a day, but its ephemerality is its infinity, its essence and its immortality, which is why we always offer it with love to God. So let us find that peace within and see how like a flower's fragrance it spreads throughout. Thank you, Swami. We look forward to hearing. Is there anything you need, water?
Time. Now, how much time can I take up to what time? Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om. Gananam tva Ganapatim Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastam Jyeshthārajam Brahmana Brahmanaspata Anashruvanotibhisida Sadhanam Mahaganapataye Namaha Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhinamavitriyavatu Vagdevyai Namaha Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Harihi Om. Om Sthapaka Dharmasya Sarvadharmasvapine Avatara Varishtha Ramakrishna Te Namaha. Offering my Sastanga Pranam at the feet of the Lord, I offer my pranams to revered Srimad Swami Sarvasthanandaji Maharaj. I also offer my heartfelt namaskars to all of you. I'm very happy to be in the midst of this congregation. This is the first time I'm coming out to Europe and especially to England. I have already been traveling. First, I had 3-day retreat in Berlin. Then I had program in Geneva, then in Ireland, Dublin, and now I'm here. I'm so happy that Swamiji very kindly has given me an opportunity to come here and share my few thoughts with you. And as we all know, the topic is finding peace within and sharing it throughout. This is a subject which I have to share my few thoughts with all of you. One of the disciples asked a guru, I want peace. I want happiness. To which that great soul replied, you asked that question. What was that? Or it was not a question. You wanted something. I want peace. I want happiness. Then he told, first remove that I. That's ego, identification with the ego. Then remove want. That's the desire and the attachment. See now what is left behind? It's only peace and happiness. So that was a wonderful reply by the Guru. Going forward, we don't live in big duplexes or flats or apartment or big houses. Then where do we live? We live in our minds. Yes, that's our permanent residence. And there are no constraints of square feet or square meters there. It's a vast space with unlimited area. And you know what? No matter how well organized your external rooms and balconies and garages and verandas are, our life will be good only when things are sorted in this home of ours, that is our mind. And that's where we keep things messy. Regrets piling up in one corner, expectations stuffed in a closet, secrets under the carpet, worries littered everywhere, comparisons split on the table, complexes leaking from an old bottle, and grudges stinking in a box. Mind it, for this real home of ours, you can't outsource housekeeping. We have to do it ourselves. So now we will try today to get some wonderful ideas from the great souls. Lord Krishna will be helping through Bhagavad Gita, and also we will take the help of Mother Sharda Devi. We will take the help of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda to arrange all these things very properly in our mind. When I went to South Africa in 2017, people will be sending WhatsApp messages from India. There was one photograph which was taken in a garage in Cape Town, deep south of South Africa, which is very near to Antarctica, the South Pole. So in Cape Town, every day in the garage, they used to put one special saying. So somebody took that photograph and it went around the world, it went to India, and from India, they sent that message to me. And what was that message? That was, in the graveyard, on the grave, they will write something. What is that? RIP. You know what is that? We're also talking about peace. And here too, it will be written RIP. What is it? Rest in peace. So now underneath that, they ask the question, why do you want to rest in peace after death? Why can't you live in peace? Why do you want to rest in peace after death? Why can't you live in peace? So that was a question. It was a wonderful question, isn't it? So let us not worry about having peace after death. Let us now be concerned about how to live peacefully. That's our idea. Now, every human being is in his or her life busy pursuing different types of goals. There are some short-term goals and there are many long-term goals. And throughout our life, we are busy fulfilling or struggling to fulfill. You will find that these short-term and long-term goals vary from individuals to individuals. While one person keeps struggling to buy a house, another person is struggling to sell the house. While one person is struggling to get married, but someone is now struggling to get rid of married life. Thus, goals are different and often opposite, and these goals even get revised from time to time. What we were frantically searching for a few weeks or months before, now we are not at all interested, even if it is given free. I read about an advertisement in a sweetmeat shop. What was that? What was the advertisement in the sweetmeat shop? People will be hired here, but the compulsory condition is they should be diabetics. To work in the sweetmeat shop, they wanted only the diabetics. Why? After that, you can't eat sweets. Even though earlier you would eat a lot of sweet. So earlier it was to eat a lot of sweet was our goal. But now after diabetes, you can't eat. So the goals go on varying. Thus, superficially seeing, we find that goals are infinite in number and they vary from individual to individual, time to time, even from age to age. These goals differ. A few centuries before, our children or even us, we would never had asked for computer games or iPads or iPhone, etc. But now time has changed. The desire and goal of our children are totally different now from what we desired during our childhood. Thus, from age to age, time to time, person to person, season to season, our goal vary. But if we deeply probe into the phenomenon, we can find or we can bring them all that goal into different categories or group it. Just like Sri Ramakrishna simplified the whole world into kamakanchana, lust and gold. Like that, let us simplify all the goals in this way. So how can we do that? These are all common to all the living beings, even to the animals too. So what are those? Maybe in the animals it is instinctive, but we are thinking animals. We have viveka, discernment, the power of discernment, viveka. So we do it intellectually. So they are all, let us classify all these thousands of goal into these categories. What is that? They are the universal goal. They are basic goals, and not only they are universal, they do not change from age to age. It was there few centuries before and it is there now also. This we will call the fundamental or basic universal goal of humanity. But in the case of human beings, it is well defined. These goals can be classified into three for our convenience. The first and the foremost is security. Everybody wants security. I want to be secure in my life. And the desire for security and survival, and the consequent desire for food, clothing, and shelter. In Hindi, it is called as roti, kapda, or makan. So it's universal. It is there in all of us. Now, we work for varieties of insurance. Every type of insurance is a version of our desire for security. House insurance, car insurance, and if one is a big musician, they will have even throat insurance. And if one is a very good football player, even insurance for the leg. So, security and safety. This is one universal and eternal fundamental goal. Now, next universal goal is we all of us want to lead a peaceful life. That is the matter of discussion for today. Everybody wants to lead a peaceful life. Shanti. That's why you see, while we chant the Vedic mantras and all the times, we will tell 3 times Shanti. Tapatraya, to remove all the different types of problem. Tapatraya. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi 3 times. So everybody wants to lead a peaceful life. So we are all hunting for peace, going from one resort to another, one ashram to another ashram, one hill station to another hill station in searching peace. So the second instinctive goal for every human being is peace, Shanti. Now, what about the third goal? Though for today we are not interested, let me take you through that, which is natural and universal, that is desire for happiness, desire for fulfillment, desire for enjoyment, sukha, anandaha in Sanskrit. So now, what are the three goals of all of our life, which can be classified all the goals into these three categories? That is security, peace, and happiness. So let us give it an acronym, that short form. SPH, security, peace, and happiness. All human beings are running after these three in different methods. Some consider status, some consider security. Security, consider that status will give security. Another person considers a lot of people around him will give security. Another person thinks real estate will give him security, until he discovers that real estate is not really real. Some people consider gold, shares, position, jobs, so endless. So the means of seeking security varies, but the end is universal. Now, similarly, peace also, it seems. Let me give you an example. Soldier. One soldier was there. It can be because you can see amongst the soldier there are both men and women. So it is common. It seems two soldiers were talking about the reason for joining the army. One soldier said, I was not married. I love war. Therefore, I joined the army. The other soldier said, I am married. I love peace. Therefore, I joined the army. How is this? Different people seek different methods. With regard to these three fundamental goals of humanity, our scriptures, Vedanta, in Vedanta, you have some comments to make with regards to these three fundamental goals or destinations. And what is that? Comments and suggestions to give that all these three SPH, security, peace, and happiness, are available within ourselves. All these three basic needs, desperate needs, are available within ourselves. And not only that, our scriptures add, our Vedanta adds another statement which is a little disturbing. And what is that? They say, not only these three, security, peace, and happiness, are within you, they say that they are within you only. Only within you. Okay, it's okay to tell that it is within you, but why only within you? That means they are not available outside. If you seek them outside, they will elude you. All of them will evade you. And therefore, if you look for these three outside, the search becomes a misplaced search. That's why we are not getting all these things. That's why we lose our peace. So, according to Vedanta, the fundamental human problem is misplaced search for something in a place where it is not available. And therefore, the intelligent approach is to search for something in place where it is available. Now comes the question, why do human beings commit such a mistake and go from struggle to struggle? The scriptures point out that these three basic needs are available within us, but they are hidden. They are covered like the treasure that is covered under the ground. I'll just give you an example. There was a teacher in the hut in olden days, you see, there was no light, it was lamp. He lost a needle. Then he started searching for the needle in the darkness, the lamp, the light of the lamp. His disciples came to help him. What are you searching, sir? I lost the needle. Okay, we will also help you. They searched and searched for hours together, but they couldn't find. Finally, one of the disciples got a little doubt and he asked the teacher, where did you lose the needle, sir? In that another hut. And why are you searching here, sir? They call you the great teacher. Why are you searching here? Because there is more light here, there is less light there. What is this, sir? We thought you were so intelligent. How can you do this simple mistake? Then the teacher told, are we all not of this law? All of us doing the same mistake? We have lost peace here and we are searching it outside. Are all of us not doing the same thing? Misplaced search? So that's why we should now turn inwards. Why is this happening? Kathopanishad, there, who is that teaching? Is the god of death. Yamaraj is teaching Nachiketa, telling Paranchikani Vetranat Swayambhu, Tasmat Parang Pashyati na Antaratman. All the indriyas, all the senses, and even our mind are outgoing. But SPH is sitting inside. And who is that SPH? Correspondingly, we can see that SPH, correspondingly, we can tell that another simple name for You may call him God, you may call him Parabrahman, you may call whatever. Sat Chit Anand. Infinite existence, absolute is Sat. That is what we seek security there. Infinite existence, absolute, infinite being, absolute. Then Chit is infinite consciousness, knowledge, wisdom, absolute. Ananda, infinite bliss, absolute. So in the infinity, it is there within us. And we're trying to search outside. We don't get it. That's why we lose our peace. Now the search should be inwards. That's what Kathopanishad, god of death, that is Yamaraj, is telling Nachiketa. Paranchikani vitrunatsvayam bhu tasmat parang pashyati. We all see outside because all our senses are going outwards. Our mind is going outwards. Kaschit dhiraha. Few very brave people. What do? Tasmat, they will stop looking outside. Avrutta chakshuhu, amrutatvam ichan. They will turn everything inwards in seek of immortality. So that is where we can get infinite peace within us. That is Satchit Ananda, all that is in infinity. Infinite security, infinite peace, infinite joy, infinite Ananda. That is all within us. So I will take you through, if you want, if you can also join in singing this song, you can also do that. It's a song in English to make it easy. Let me take you through this song. If possible, you can repeat this song after me. This song in English goes like this. Remind me, my Lord. Remind me, Guru, who am I? I am peace, divine peace. I am truth, eternal truth. I am joy, endless joy. I am Om, blissful Om. Ananda Swarupa, I am of the form of bliss. Hey Prema Swarupa, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om. Very simple song. Then in the second part of the song, we confirm it. Remind me, my Lord. Remind me, my Guru. I am peace. I am truth. I am joy. I am all. That's all. Very simple song. Let us try. If possible, you can repeat this song after me. Remind me, my Lord. Remind me, my Lord. Remind me, my Lord. Remind me, my Lord. Remind me, Guru, who am I am peace. I am peace. Divine peace. Remind me, my Lord. Remind me, my Lord. Remind me, good, who am I? I am truth. I am truth. Eternal truth. Remind me, my Lord. Remind me, my Lord. Remind me, Guru, who am I? I am joy. I am joy. Endless joy. Remind me, my Lord. Remind me, my Lord, remind me. आनंद स्वरूप हे प्रेम स्वरूप आनंद स्वरूप शांति ओ शांति ओ शांति ओ शांति ओ शांति ओ शांति ओ Remind me, my Lord, remind me, my Lord, remind me, Guru, I am peace, I am true, I am joy. आनंद स्वरूप हे प्रेम स्वरूप आनंद स्वरूप आनंद स्वरूप. That's the reason why Swami Vivekananda, when he addressed us, he used to call us, I don't want to call you by any other name. I call you as the children of immortality. So the search has to turn within. Now, to change our course of search, I'll give you some examples which will make it a little more easier. What is that? I will take you through one theory. What is that theory? The name of that theory? Cockroach theory of Sundar Pichai. And what is this cockroach theory? You know, the Google CEO, Sundar Pichai, an MIT alumnus, global head of Google Chrome. The cockroach theory for self-development. At a restaurant, a cockroach suddenly flew from somewhere and sat on some ladies who were sipping coffee. You know what happens then? The lady sits on the cloth of the thing or the person. They'll start screaming, isn't it? So they started screaming out of fear. With a panic-stricken face and trembling voice, she started jumping with both the hands, desperately trying to get rid of that cockroach. Her reaction was contagious as everyone in her group also got panicky. The lady finally managed to push the cockroach away, but it landed on another lady in the group, and it was the turn of that lady in that group to continue the drama. Finally, when it started jumping from one lady to another, the waiter, who was watching all these things, rushed forward to their rescue. In the relay of throwing the cockroach, it fell upon the waiter. The waiter stood firm, composed himself, and observed the behavior of the cockroach on his shirt. When he was confident enough, he grabbed it with his fingers and he threw it out of the restaurant. Now, this Pichai is telling, sipping my coffee and watching the amusement, the antenna of my mind picked up a few thoughts and started wondering, was the cockroach responsible for their histrionic behavior? They lost peace now. If so, then why was the waiter? He did not get disturbed. He handled it near to perfection without any chaos. It's not the cockroach, but the inability of the people to handle the disturbance caused by the cockroach that disturbed the people. So now Pichai tells, I realized that it is not shouting of my father or my boss or the husband or the wife in the house that disturbs them, but it is the inability to handle the disturbance caused by that shouting that disturbs our peace. By whatever the traffic jam or whatever any other disturbance, we lose our peace because of the inability. We have not trained our mind to do that. So, more than the problem, it is our reaction to the problem that creates the disturbance of our peace in our life. So, what's the lesson learned from that story? We should not react in life, we should always respond. What is the difference between reaction and response? Reaction is always instinctive, impulsive, but response is always well thought of. So, to make us think and rearrange our thoughts, I will take you through another beautiful incident, which is also very interesting. How we lose control of our mind, how we can get control of our mind. It's everything is in our thought, everything is in our change of our attitude. A man who had gone out of his town comes back and finds that his house is on fire. It was one of the most beautiful houses in the town. And that man loved the house the most. Many were ready to give double price for the house, but he had never agreed for any price. Now it is just burning before his eyes. And thousands of people have gathered there, but nothing can be done. Fire had spread so far that even if you try to put it out, nothing will be saved. So he becomes very sad and he's wailing and rolling on the ground, crying. His son suddenly comes running and whispers something in his ears. Father, don't lose your peace. Don't be worried. I sold it yesterday. And even for a good price, 3 times what was the offer. The offer was so good, I could not wait for your permission. Forgive me, Father. No. Father was so happy. Suddenly he was crying. Even the tears are not dried. He's so happy. His crying stopped. His disturbance of his peace of mind has gone away. Thank God, the house is not ours. Now, then the father is relaxed and became silent watcher. He became a witness, just like all the other thousands of people who are watching that fire. Now, please think about it. Just a moment before, he was not the witness, he was attached. It's the same house, the same fire, everything is the same. But now he's not concerned. In fact, started enjoying that fire like everybody else in the crowd. Then now the second son came running and he says to the father, what are you doing, father? You are smiling, you are so joyful, and the house is on fire. The father told, my son, don't you know your brother has sold it? Oh, father, we have only taken advance amount. It was not settled fully. I doubt now that the man is going to purchase it now. Again, everything changes. Tears which had disappeared were back, and the father's eyes, now you could see the fear. His smile is no more there. His heart is beating fast. The witness is gone. He's again attached. And then the third son comes and he says, Father, that person who bought that house from us is a man of word. I've just confirmed from him over the phone. He said that it doesn't matter whether the house is burnt or not. It is mine, and I'm going to pay the full price I have settled for. Neither you knew or I knew that the house would catch fire. Again, the joy is back. And the whole family became witness of that fire. Because the attachment is no more. Actually, here, is anything changing? Nothing is changing. Just the feeling that I am the owner. I'm not the owner of the house makes the whole difference. The simple methodology of watching the mind, the witness, that you have nothing to do with it. Everything starts with a thought. Most of the thoughts are not ours. It has been dumped by so many people on us. Just count how many thoughts are yours, your own. You'll be surprised that not a single thought is our own. All are from other sources, borrowed and dumped on us. So now, change your thought and turn everything within, and you will see if you are a witness, then you can get back your that wonderful infinite peace which is within us. Now, going forward, that peace, infinite peace, is hidden within us, but layers of dust and other things are covered. We have different layers. Clay layer, just like if you have water source inside the earth, the rubble layer and other layers will be covering it. Similarly, that infinite source of security, peace, and joy which is within us is covered. And therefore, what is required to get these three? The scriptures, and especially Vedanta, points out, remove the layers of covering and tap that source. Tap the eternal spring of SPH, security, peace, and happiness. May we tap from the eternal spring. And this process is called discovery, because you are not getting anything new. That's your birthright. It's already there within you. Nothing new is coming out. You have only to discover it. That's all. So now, what are those three coverings? First is malam. What is mala? Impurity. Impurity of our mind. What are they? Let us go to that afterwards. The second layer of covering is vikshepa. That is extrovertedness. Then the third one is avaranam. What is that? Ignorance. So now we have to remove these three layers. The first layer can be removed by karma yoga. Mala, or the impurity, like all that six enemies, kama, krodha, mada, matsarya, lobha, moha. What are they? Krodha is anger, kama is intense desire to attain something, greed, lobha, moha is the attachment, mada, the pride, matsarya, jealousy. So all that desire, intense desire, anger, greed, delusion, arrogance and vanity, jealousy and competitiveness, these are the sixfold impurities. That is the first layer which is covering this. So they make the first layer of obstacles in unearthing our joy, inner joy. Then the second layer of obstacle is vikshepa, the mental restlessness, mental wandering, mental extrovertedness. So that obstacle has to be removed. And what is the third one? The third one is, after this vikshepa, malam, is the ignorance. Ignorance of what? Ignorance that we are the source of all the joy, happiness, and peace. We are the source. So we think erroneously and we depend upon psychologically, physically, and mentally and emotionally upon different things and different people, and that's called attachment. So that wrong knowledge is called ignorance, agnana. So we have to remove agnana by gnana yoga. Then the above that another layer which I told vikshepa by upasana yoga, by bhakti yoga, and the first one by karma yoga. So Raja yoga, karma yoga, and all that thing. So now we will take the help of wonderful thing that is our Raja Yoga of Patanjali Maharshi, because it is very scientific and it is also very logical. So what is wonderful verse? The 33rd verse, 133. What is Patanjali Maharshi stating here in this sutra? Maitri, Karuna, Mudito, Upeksha, Muditaha, Upekshanam, Sukha Dukkha, Punya, Apunya, Vishayanam, Bhavanatah, Chitta Prasadanam. Our mind can get peace. Our mind becomes serene by cultivation of this feeling of friendliness. Then compassion for the suffering, delight for the virtuous, and indifference for non-virtuous. So now our Patanjali Maharshi is giving us the solution how to get that peace, chitta prasadanam, peace of the mind. Maitri, Patanjali Maharshi mentions it here that this means by meditating on friendliness and other virtues, one acquires great moral and emotional strength. The practice of Maitri washes away the envy, jealousy, and judgment by embracing all others with love, appreciation, and friendliness. This doesn't necessarily mean by becoming their pal, friend, but having the kind of encouraging, please, supportive feeling towards those that are happy that we would have to do to a dear friend who is experiencing that joy. How do we do that? You say, when you are judging or jealous of someone else, begin by recognizing that we become envious or judgmental when we view someone as separate or outside of ourselves. We create a barrier between ourselves and others. Now, this is the source of a feeling of disconnection, lack, and unworthiness. And it is the antithesis of yoga. What is meant by yoga? It comes from yujir yoge, to connect, to unite. Yoga is attainment of oneness. Now, here, Patanjali Maharshi is telling this: you have to meditate, you have to practice this Maitri, friendliness. So now, second thing is Karuna, compassion. In Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it's specially explained as deliberate cultivation of compassion and empathy directed towards those who are suffering. Now, let us go take the help of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda used to stress that we should feel for the poor, the distressed, people who are in disease, who are suffering. So why? Because if you serve them, if you try to make them happy, bring them peace into their life, then in reality, all that will come back to you with compound interest. Whatever you do to others will come back to you. Now, is it just showing compassion and keeping quiet? No, Sri Ramakrishna, while he was there in Dakshineshwar one day, it so happened they were reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Vaishnava scriptures there at the time. He heard the word Jivedaya, compassion, sympathy for the living beings. Hearing that, repeating that word Jivedaya, Jivedaya, Sri Ramakrishna went to a very high state of consciousness, Bhavasamad. Then coming down from that higher state of consciousness, Jivedaya, Jivedaya, who are you to show compassion? We ourselves need compassion. Then, should we not show compassion? It's not compassion. It is not sympathy. It is empathy. It should be empathy. How? It is not just we go and show some sympathy when somebody is in trouble, then we forget and go away. It is not that. It should be empathy. It should be shown in our work, in action. So then Sri Ramakrishna tells, what kind of seva? It is not daya, it is seva. It is service. How? To see the Lord in every living being, whoever is suffering, and then serve them. That is what Sri Ramakrishna gave here. So that's the easiest way. As Swami Vivekananda tells, that is the easiest way of getting peace to yourself. How is that? When you see happiness, when you make others happy, very quickly you will see that you will be finding the joy within yourself, because it is the same self which is present in that person whom you are serving. So the moment you start serving others, you will feel the joy within yourself. Now we'll go to the next thing, mudita. What is this muditaha? Cultivation of genuine delight, joy, and gladness towards those who are virtuous. Patanjali Maharshi directs that towards the virtuous, the punya, which refers to the people who perform meritorious deeds, possess noble qualities, or succeed through righteous means. Now, here, actively rejoicing in another person's goodness instantly dissolves envy. It changes your internal wiring from why them and not me to I'm happy that goodness exists in the world. So, by cultivating this wonderful character, by celebrating the virtue to others, you align your own mind with that exact same virtue. Patanjali teaches that whatever the mind focuses on, it absorbs. Delighting in punya, that is the virtuous, attract those positive, pure qualities of sattva into your own consciousness, and that brings wonderful peace into yourself. Then finally, here, Patanjali Maharshi has given one more thing, that is upeksha. Simple meaning for this upeksha is indifference. Indifference towards what? Towards the non-virtuous, the wicked. Now, Patanjali Maharshi, here upeksha directed towards apunya. The non-virtuous are the wicked people who act maliciously, exhibit toxic behavior, commit harmful deeds. When encountering wickedness, Patanjali Maharshi advises against rage or retaliation. Instead, he prescribes a neutral, objective distance, upeksha. So, just ignoring. Now, let me take you through one example in the life of Sri Ramakrishna. A devotee came to Sri Ramakrishna and he told him, the other person is angry with me because I didn't invite him to one program. So he's upset with me and he has developed some sort of inimical behavior. He's showing enmity towards me. What shall I do? Sri Ramakrishna advised him, try to go and patch up with him, ask for forgiveness and patch up with him. But if you don't succeed, if you still persist with that, don't worry. Ignore that. Because this precious mind of yours has been given to meditate on God, to realize God. Don't worry about these petty things and get into problem. Use your precious mind for higher things. But that's what Sri Ramakrishna told him. So now you can see how this upeksha, when there are wicked people in another place, in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, it tells that, yes, the Lord exists even in the tiger. You can see the tiger Narayana. When you see the tiger Narayana, don't go and embrace the tiger because the Lord exists in it too. So if you try to embrace the tiger Narayana, that the tiger will swallow you. So do pranams from far off. Tiger Narayana, you be there, I'll be here. So upeksha. So now, finally, we will see one wonderful thing in the Patanjali Maharshi's thing. What is that? It is told in the sutra, Vitarka Badane Pratipaksha Bhavanam, Yoga Sutra 233. It translates directly to when you are disturbed by negative thoughts and negative incidences in your life, when your peace of mind is disturbed, how should we take it out? Here it tells Pratipaksha Bhavanam, cultivate the opposite and positive thoughts. That will remove the disturbance of your mind. Now, it is told in a very terse language, but Swami Vivekananda makes it much more easier. He tells in the modern language and makes it more relevant to this day. What does it tell? The remedy for weakness is not brooding over weakness, but to think of strength. The remedy for weakness is not brooding over weakness, but to think of strength. Now, Sri Ramakrishna tells, he gives this example. Suppose you don't like South Pole. If you go on pushing the South Pole with your leg, go away from me, go away from me, you become more and more nearer to the South Pole. So if you are always worried in a selfish way, how shall I find joy? How shall I find peace? How shall I find happiness? So this I, the more selfish you become, the more you suffer and you will disturb your peace of mind. Then what is the remedy? Sri Ramakrishna tells, instead of just, you'll be made, if you think of your own selfishness, what happens if you go on pushing the South Pole? You become more and more nearer to the South Pole. What is the remedy? Sri Ramakrishna tells, start walking towards the North Pole. Automatically, you will be left behind the South Pole. So if you want peace of mind, if you are disturbed by the things of the world, what is the remedy? Sri Ramakrishna tells, walk towards God. The more you progress towards God, then all these things, all the disturbance of your mind will be left behind. So we got some of the remedies. Now we will go forward to see some more things as told by Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna tells, he alone has peace who has tasted the bliss of the Lord. What is this world? What is there in it? What is there in money, wealth, honor, or creature comforts? O mind, know the Lord. Whom else should you know? So he alone, see here, Sri Ramakrishna uses this word. He alone has peace who has tasted the bliss of the Lord. In another place, Sri Ramakrishna tells that God exists, may be known by looking at the universe, but it is one thing to hear of God, another thing to see God, and still another thing to talk to God. Some have heard of milk, some have seen it, and some again have tasted it. You feel happy when you see milk. You are nourished and strengthened when you drink it. You will get peace of mind only when you have seen God. See here. You will get peace of mind when you realize God. Sri Krishna also in Bhagavad Gita, he tells, Param drishtva nivartate. The more you go nearer to God, the more you can feel that joy. Sri Ramakrishna himself is telling the same thing. What is he telling? You will enjoy bliss. You will get peace of mind only when you have seen God. You will enjoy bliss and gain strength only when you have talked to him. The nearer you come to God, the more you feel peace. Peace, peace, supreme peace. The nearer you come to Ganga, the more you feel its coolness. You will feel completely soothed when you plunge into the river. So now, Sri Ramakrishna has told wonderful remedy for peace. Now, let us take the help of another beautiful statement in the beginning while I was being introduced. Holy Mother's statement has been told. What did Holy Mother Sharda Devi tell about this peace? Mother Sharda Devi tells, my dear child, I tell you one thing. If you want peace, do not find fault with others. Rather, you see your own faults. Learn to make the whole world your own. No one is a stranger, my child. The whole world is your own. Now, how? By seeing God and serving other people, as Swami Vivekananda has told, we can get peace. How can we get that peace? By this statement of not finding fault with others. Now we will go a little forward to Sri Ramakrishna's statement itself, and you will get wonderful knowledge out of that. That is a wonderful incident I'm going to take you through. Sri Ramakrishna in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, he tells that don't find fault even in a microbe or a creature too. Why? He narrates that we all know the story of Prahalada and how he was tortured by his demon father, Hiranyakashipu. Why? Because he had devotion to Lord Narayana. How much of torture he could bear? What was the intensity of torture Prahalada had to undergo? So now, after that, the Lord took the form of Narasimha, lion man. He came down from that higher state of Vaikuntha and took this very peculiar form of the lion god and saved him. After saving Prahalada, because he had taken up that Ugra Rupa, the ferocious form, even the other gods and goddesses were afraid to approach him. When they wanted Mother Lakshmi, the spouse of Narayana, to approach, she was also afraid to go towards Narasimha in that fierce form. They all thought, why did this Lord take this form? To protect that child of 7 or 8, Prahalada. So let us send this child. So now Prahalada was not at all afraid. He just glorifying Lord Narayana. He went towards him, looking at him. All the anger and the ferociousness of Lord Narasimha came down. And he took the child and placed him on his lap. And then, how will the lion or an animal show its love towards its cub or animal or its child? Now, the dog, it licks the body of the puppy, or even the lion licks the body of its cub. Likewise, now this Lord has taken the lion form. He licked the body of our Prahalada and showed him his affection, the fatherly affection, the motherly affection. He told, my dear child, you've taken so much of trouble from me. So ask some boon. Whatever you want, I'm going to give you. Then that child, can you imagine? That child of 8 or 9, he told, my Lord, I have got you. I don't want any boon from you. I have got you. That is more than enough. No, you have to ask a boon. You know why? Because in future, the people of the world, they may think, oh, this child took the name of the Lord. He had so much of devotion towards the Lord. What did he get? The Lord didn't give him anything. He didn't reward. So just for those people of ignorance, to please them and to attract them towards the higher goal, you have to ask something. Then Prahalada, oh Lord, I don't want anything. I have got you more than enough. But if you insist, then what is the boon that he asked? He told, forgive my father and give him a very high place. That small child, if our parents scold us or anybody scold us, we keep it for all our life and we lose our peace of mind and we disturb the peace of mind of everybody. And this child who has been tortured by so many people because of the order, command of that demon Hiranyakashipu, is telling, forgive my father and give him a high status. And the Lord told, okay, he's been already forgiven and I've given him a high place because he was your father. Don't worry about that. You ask something for yourself. Then the child told, I don't need anything, O Lord. I have got you. No, you have to get some boon from me. Okay, if you still insist, O Lord, see, such a small child. He has asked forgiveness for his father who had troubled him so much. And now, when the Lord insisted to ask of a boon, he's telling, my dear Lord, those people, those demons, at the command of my father, some tried to drown me in the ocean, some tried to burn me in the fire, some tried to put me down from the cliff and kill me, some threw the poisonous snakes to be bitten and killed, and some tried to trample me under the elephant, some hit me in the mace. Varieties of torture was given to me. Please forgive all of those people. Can you imagine? This child is telling, forgive all those people who had troubled me. Then the Lord knew the heart of this child, but he acted or feigned ignorance. Why? So that we can understand what is in the heart or the mind of this child. He knows, the Lord knows everything, but he feigned ignorance. And he told, my dear child, you are now asking to forgive your father, forgive all of them. Why did I take this fierce form? Not man, not God, not an animal, because your father had taken so many varieties of boons from Brahma and he couldn't be killed. I had to take so peculiar form and come here just to punish the people who had troubled you. But now you are asking forgiveness. Then why did it take all the pain to come down here? Then the child told, "Oh Lord, some tried to kill me, some tried to push me to the fire, some tried to drown me in the water, some threw me from the cliff, and somebody tried to be bitten by the snake or whatever, all the punishment. Who is the one who is present in everyone's heart and inspired them to do all those things without your will, without the will of God? Tena vina trinamapi na chalati. Without the will of the Lord, not even a blade of grass doesn't move. Did all this happen without your will? Who inspired all those people to punish me in that way? You are the indweller, Antaryama. So you are the person who inspired them to do. Suppose now I ask punishment to those people, whom will that punishment go to? To you. My Ishtadevata, my chosen deity, whom I love even more than my pranam, my life. I love you. I have devotion to you even more than my life. So if I ask punishment to any of these people, that directly reaches you. So please forgive them. That is the reason. See, now we came to know the attitude of Prahalada. Because he's seeing that his own Ishtadevata. So though it is very palatable for us because it is at the level of bhakti devotion, the same thing is told in Vedanta. It is the same Lord. The Parabrahman, the Atman which is present in me, is present in everybody. Whom will you punish? Whom will you fight with? Who are you competing with? When Swami Vivekananda was giving a talk in America, one person who was working in the army in India, whom he didn't like, the people from India. So in between the lecture, started getting up and disturbing the whole lecture there. A lot of people had gathered and wonderful talk was going on. He got up and started abusing Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda kept quiet, looked at him, calm, serene face. So he got tired of talking and disturbing that whole thing. Swami Vivekananda didn't at all get disturbed. He was just smiling. Then he finished and went away. Then after that, the lecture was over. Some of the well-wishers and devotees came out, the Americans, and they asked Swamiji, Swamiji, why didn't you protest? You could have at least told that, protested, because there was nothing wrong in you. He was just abusing you. Why didn't you even at least protest? And Swami Vivekananda told, I was in such a high state of mind, I couldn't differentiate who was scolding whom and whom shall I scold back. Because I saw that consciousness, the Lord everywhere in him. So who was scolding me and whom should I scold back? Or whom should I protest? That was the high state. So now Shankaracharya, while explaining about in the second chapter, giving a commentary on the Sitaprajna Lakshana, and Arjuna asks the question, Sitaprajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava. Lord, how does he eat? How does he stand? How does he walk? And all those things. What is that to us? So here Krishna explains about all the qualities of that Sitaprajna, the man of higher realization, man of steady wisdom. So there Shankaracharya comments, whatever is the end to that realized soul, that we can make means in our life. We can practice that. He doesn't get angry on anybody. We shall practice that in our life. So whatever is end to that higher soul, realized soul, so that will be practiced for us. So now we have got some idea. See here, you can now understand why Holy Mother told, don't find fault with anybody. If you want peace of mind. Now you can understand. Otherwise, we will be questioning. How can we be in this world without finding fault? They are troubling us. So now you've got a wonderful concept. That's why I told we have to rearrange all our thoughts. I taught you step by step to the logical means and other different means to understand how to regain, because it is not getting something outside. It is there in abundance in you. Only you have to discover it. So now with changing of your attitude, rearranging of your thoughts, I think you've got wonderful ideas to regain your peace of mind. And also, I will take you through wonderful one statement of one who was the earlier president of India. He was also called the Missile Man of India. Who was that? Do you know? Do you remember? APJ Abdul Kalam. So while he came to one of the celebrations in European Union, and he was asked to give a talk there, then he was talking about how to get peace to the world. At that time, what was that? He stated how to get peace to the world, because not only we should get internally that peace, but we should also throughout. So what is told by that wonderful person? Told in India, we have a statement. Abdul Kalam addressing the members of European Parliament on the occasion of Golden Jubilee of European Union. He said, in India, they say, where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. So, if you start going towards Lord, if you start in every action of yours trying to please the Lord who is within you, in every action of yours, if you do that as Bhagavat Pratyartha, to please the Lord, then you can please the whole universe. In India, especially in Bangalore, after all the program is over, we tell one wonderful mantra. And what is that mantra? Om Priyatam Pundarikakshaha Sarvayagneshwaro Harihi Tasmin Tushte Jagat Tushtam Prenite Prenitam Jagat. This Sanskrit verse is a beautiful expression of the interconnectedness between the divine and the entire universe. It highlights that when the Supreme Being is satisfied, the entire world is naturally nourished and satisfied. What is the simple meaning of this verse? May the lotus-eyed Lord, who is the Lord of all sacrifices, be pleased. When the Lord is satisfied, the whole universe becomes satisfied. When the Lord is gratified, the whole universe becomes gratified. The verse is often explained through the analogy of a tree. If you want to nourish the leaves, branches, and flowers of a tree, you don't water them individually. Instead, you water the root. So if you want peace of mind, do every action of yours, seeing God in everybody, the root, go to the root, then automatically peace will come back to the root behind you. By watering the root, the divine, the energy naturally flows to every part of the tree, the universe, and all the living beings. Now, to prove that, I will take you through one story in Mahabharata. The incident of Lord Krishna protecting the Pandavas from the anger of sage Durvasa. No, Durvasa Muni was very famous for his curses, so all were afraid of him. Now that verse illustrates Tasmin Tushte Jagat Tushtam. When the Lord is satisfied, the whole universe or the world is satisfied. Now, while the Pandavas were in exile, Duryodhana was always planning and hatching ideas to bring them to ruin. Now he knew that sage Durvasa were notoriously short-tempered and would curse anyone who failed to provide them with proper hospitality. So what did he do? He brought him to his palace. Because he had all the facilities. He treated Durvasa to lavish feast in Hastinapur. And then after that, when he was pleased, he would get pleased very quickly, would get angry very quickly. So because he was pleased, he told, ask me a boon. What was the boon he asked? Instead of asking some good things for himself, he wanted to trouble the Pandavas. So what did he do? Very cunningly told Duryodhana, he asked the sage to visit his cousins in the forest in exile. Crucially, he requested the visit take place after Draupadi had already eaten. Why? During their exile, the Pandavas had a divine vessel called Akshay Patra, the inexhaustible vessel that was given to them by Lord Surya Bhagavan, sun. It would provide an unlimited supply of food every day. So they could feed any amount of people with that. But on one condition, it would stop producing food for that day once Draupadi, the housewife, the wife of those Pandavas, Draupadi had finished her own meal. Now, when he very carefully planned Duryodhana that Durvasa Muni with his 1,000 disciples should go to them in the forest after she had taken food. So that now they cannot provide food, they will get angry and they will get the curse. When Durvasa Muni arrived with his 10,000 disciples and demanded food for all of them, now the Pandavas were in trouble. Draupadi had already eaten and cleaned the vessel, panicked that they could not feed the thousands of guests and would surely be cursed. Now, whenever we get into trouble, what do? We pray to the Lord. Draupadi prayed fervently to Lord Krishna for help. Krishna, divine intervention, Krishna appeared immediately. But instead of solving the problem, Krishna asked Draupadi, oh, Draupadi, I'm hungry. Can you feed me a little something? So she's in trouble because now she cannot provide food for those Rishi and his disciples, 10,000 disciples. And now Krishna is telling, I am hungry. Give me something. So Draupadi was disturbed. She told, what is this, Krishna? After I finish the food and wash the vessel, it doesn't give any food. No. You bring that vessel. There is some food there. So when Draupadi bought that vessel, while washing, she couldn't, that day had not washed it properly. There was just one small spinach sticking to that vessel somewhere in the corner. Lord took that small spinach and then he ate it with relish and told, I'm satisfied. Because he was the Lord of the universe, he's present in the heart of everybody. The moment he told, I'm satisfied and I'm happy, the whole universe with all the creatures, with the microbes and all the human beings were full to their tummy was full. Everybody was happy and satisfied. And here, the 10,000 disciples of Durvasa Muni and the Durvasa Muni, they were feeling so full in their stomach. There was not even little space to eat. Now, if they go back and Durvasa Muni doesn't know if the food is provided, if we don't eat, then what will be the problem? So all the disciple and Durvasa Muni ran away from the forest without coming back. Now you see, then after that, this verse was created. Tasmin tushte jagat tushtam. If you please the Lord, the whole universe will be satisfied. And if the whole universe, see, why do you get disturbance in your mind? Peace of mind is lost. Suppose in the family you have your brother or sister, father and mother, if they are suffering, you lose peace of mind. Why? Because you are connected internally. So anybody in trouble in this world will be disturbed. If the war is going on there in Iran, you are disturbed here. The price is going up. If the war is going on in Ukraine, you are disturbed. Why? Because we are all interconnected. Now, if you please the Lord, if the Lord is satisfied, then you are also satisfied. So that is the best remedy, as Swami Sri Ramakrishna has pointed out. If you want peace of mind, the more you go towards God, the more your peace will increase. The moment you realize God, as Lord Krishna has told in Bhagavad Gita, Param Drishtva Nivartate. So now, with one last song, I close my today's program. So, have I time to sing this one song? One great realized soul who was a Brahmagnani who lived in southern part of India on the bank of Kaveri. Even now, if you go to, he lived just 150 or 200 years back. His name was Sadashiva Brahmendra. He was a Brahmagnani. He was a realized soul. So his samadhi is there on the bank of Kaveri even now. So that realized soul, Jivan Mukta, as I told you in the beginning, why do you want to rest in peace after death? Why can't we live in peace? So the highest goal of Vedanta is Jivan Mukti. So liberated even while we are living, not after death, going to heaven. Creating heaven here, that is the goal of Vedanta. Creating peace here, that is Jivan Mukti. So he was a Jivan Mukta, realized soul. So he has written this wonderful song in Sanskrit, just replete with meaning. What is that? He could see Khelati Brahmande. This whole universe, the creation, the Lord is playing with it, is all his play. If we take it as a play and we become a part of it, then we enjoy it, we have that peace of mind. Then if we become selfish and we don't play as a witness, then we are in trouble or deep trouble. Khelati Brahmande, Bhagavan. The Lord is playing in this universe. Hamsas soham, soham hamsam iti. What is hamsaha? Ahamsaha. I am that. Soham, saha aham. I am that. So we think that soham means something else. Soham means saha aham. That Lord I am. Aham saha, I am that Lord. That is the thing. So with that word, he is playing, the Lord is playing everywhere. When in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, it comes, one devotee was very much disturbed. When somebody asks the question, what is this universe? Why there is so much of suffering? Ramakrishna answered, it is the play of the Lord. That devotee got angry. So it is the play to the Lord, and for us it is prana sankata. So disturbing, we are in trouble. What is this play of the Lord? We are in so much of suffering and trouble. And that was the question Sri Ramakrishna told you. Can't understand at this level. Even then, I will tell you. You're telling some people are born blind, some people are born lame and limping and poor, and they are at so much of trouble. And some people are born with a silver spoon, with a lot of health and with so much of athletic strength. They are always happy. Some people are suffering. What is this partial world this Lord has created? You tell it is a play, and for us it is all so much of suffering. So Sri Ramakrishna then asked him the question, who is the one who is born with a silver spoon and enjoying? Who is the one who is born as the blind, the born blind, the lame, the suffering? It's the Lord himself. How can he be partial? He's the one who is suffering. He is the one who is happy. It's all he. He is called Ranganatha. Ranga means this whole universe is a stage. Natha means who is the Lord. In every living being, he is the actor who is acting. In you too, in me too, in everybody is the one who is acting. If you see that as a witness, then will really have that wonderful peace of mind and joy. Then you will not be disturbed at all. You will be a witness. You will become a part of that play so that he could see. And he's writing here, Soham Hamsaha Hamsa Soham Iti. He's created and he's playing with that word. Paramatmaham Paripurnoham Brahmaivahamaham Brahmeti. I am that. Paramahamsa Rupena Viharta Brahma Vishnu Rudradika Karta Kelati Brahmande. This whole universe is just the cosmic play of the Lord. Be just a witness and see that game. You be a part of the game. When you are small children, even though if you lose in the game, you will be still playing. Why? You're not worried about the result. You lose the peace of mind only when you're competitive. You want to competitive in spirit and jealous and other things. You want to win the game. As small children, we enjoyed every bit of the game. Even though we were losing the game, we will be lost, but we were not at all worried about it. Again, we will go to play the game. Why? We are not interested in the result. We wanted to play. So just take this whole life as the play of the Lord and you be a part of the game. That is what this song represents. This last song going to stop that wonderful thing whereby we can get that peace of mind. Let it continue all through our life. This attitude, arrange your thought and attitude and enjoy that peace. Sanskrit song written by that realized soul is Khelati Brahmande. This whole cosmos is the play of the Lord. That's when Nataraja is shown in dancing posture. Khelati Brahmande. Khelati Brahmande. Paripurno Paripurno Brahmaiva Seem to feel that. What is it telling here? That realized soul, Paramatma. I'm that Paramatma in me, that full manifestation of the Lord. I am that Paramatma, Paripurnoham. I'm full, I'm infinite. Brahmaivahamaham Brahmeti. So he has realized that and he's enjoying that. And we are also of that same nature. That is why Swami Vivekananda called us children of immortality, to feel it. Paripurno Brahmaivahamaham Brahmeti. Ekati Brahma Ekati Brahma Parahams Rupena Vihata Parahams Rupena Vihata Brahma Vishnu Rudra Devaka Brahma Vishnu Rudra Devaka Elati Brahma Devaka Elati Brahma तीव्रं तीव्रं शान्तिः 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 हरिः ओम तत्सत् श्री रामकृष्णार्पणमस्तु. Thank you. Namaskar to all of you.
So you can address everybody.
Take the mic.
Is
Yeah,
that
please
okay,
take
ma'am?
it.
That
Take
was
it, take it.
absolutely divine. Said.
Just thank Raj so much for giving his time this afternoon to come to this beautiful and cool space, in which not only to I think introduce us to some really powerful and valuable concepts, but also to sort of share with such humility and devotion. I think his wisdom, his understandings, these are concepts that resonate, I think, with us, Maraj. And I know I speak for everyone, and I'm sure everyone will, in their individual ways, come after to give their remarks. But really, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for coming, for your time and for your love.
Maharaj, normally it is husbands who will speak, but as the wife, I just want to say so much generosity from our Swami in the UP Center to bring you here. He used to speak so much about his time in South Africa, sending us the pictures of the assemblies that you're used to have and listening to Swami's talks. One just felt that there was an aura of peace and love that you have created in that ashram bed. And our Swami always contains all of our little restlessness with his peace. And you are really, having this time with your here by the river Thames, you have radiated so much peace. I'm very grateful to Gaurav Bhaiya and Krishna also to preserve this moment and share it across the airwaves. The parables you spoke of, the songs you sang, the absolute from the beginning to say how many spaces of architecture can we live in. It is finally with the mind that we have to find our peace. After all, the interconnectedness of all matters. So thank you, thank you. You must be thirsty. And I can request everybody, if you would like to proceed out to the enjoy the river, we will just bring our swamis. And I think afterwards, we can just progress to the square for a little tea or some refreshment, and you'll continue talking to the Swamis. Very kindly, Aripika and she will have a little prashad for everybody to taste. Because we always have that symbol of having a little laddu or some sweetness of the talk, and the sweetness of devotion is consumed by those who have listened. Yes, Maharaj, I'm not telling stories, but it's the truth. Okay, so please come, everybody proceed outside, and we just